Okay. So how are you doing, Miguel? How have you been since our last session?
I'm doing a little bit better. Still having a lot of difficulties, a lot of issues, especially with work, since things haven't completely subsided. But the breathing techniques that we worked on last time were really helpful. They definitely work to calm me down. At night, I have a little bit more difficulty calming down, just because I'm not doing anything. I'm just laying there, stuck in my own head. Breathing does help with that, certainly, but when all I'm doing is laying there thinking, it makes it easier for me to get distracted from my breathing exercises and to just, kind of collapse back under the weight of the anxiety again. So that's pretty much how I'm doing. So definitely better, but still having a lot of difficulties.
Okay, so maybe your thoughts are kind of keeping you from being able to focus on the breathing, or they're just a little bit more overwhelming.
Yeah, um, they'll distract me from the breathing because typically the breathing helps in that slowing my breathing causes whatever physiological change in my body, so that way it slows my heart down, but also it gives me something to focus on. Um, it's a task that I can do, albeit pretty small. I'm not doing anything else, especially just like lying down.
Okay, and can I ask how your body is physically feeling when you're in bed at night and you're unable to sleep? Can you recognize what kind of physical feelings you're having?
Um, yeah, at times, I'll feel the severity of my anxiousness, but at other times, it's something that I'm so used to now that it's hard to discern from the way that I used to be, I guess.
Okay. Do you feel the anxiety in any certain place in your body? Like if you were to sit with your anxiety and try to feel it in a certain part of your body, what part would that be?
Typically at night, it manifests itself facially, usually tenseness behind my eyes, which makes me squint when I'm not really meaning to do so. Um, tightness in my cheeks, uh, sometimes headaches. Not typically, chest pounding, you know, or what you think of with typical anxiety. Something more subtle, lower grade, but still very present. Um, Sometimes maybe jaw clenching can occur. Uh, Sometimes, maybe a feeling in my arm, which I think is common for anxiety, but usually it's in my face. And the less activity I'm doing, the more prevalent it is, certainly.
Okay. Well, I have an idea of one, I guess, activity that we could maybe try. And if you find this helpful today, then maybe it's something that you could use by yourself when you're at home.
Okay.
So it's called progressive muscle relaxation. So it's what we're going to do here is you're going to focus on where you're feeling things in your body. For you, it sounds like a lot of your anxiety might reside in your head or in your face. So we're going to focus on different parts of your body, and I'll ask you to tense the muscles in that part of your body, and you'll hold it for about 5 seconds. Obviously, don't tense it too much where you would hurt yourself, but with pretty decent strength, and then I'll guide you when to release the muscles. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and get comfortable and close your eyes. Begin by taking a deep breath. Notice the feeling of air filling your lungs. Take a deep breath in and just hold it for a few seconds. And release the breath slowly and let the tension all out of your body. Again, take a deep breath in and hold it. And slowly release it again. And you can slowly start breathing normally. So now move your attention towards your feet. Begin to tense your feet by curling your toes and the arch in your foot and hold on to that tension and just recognize how that feels. Release the tension in your foot and notice that feeling of relaxation in your feet now. Next, begin to focus on your lower leg and your calf muscles begin to tense. Hold them tightly and pay attention to the feeling of tension. Go ahead and let go of the tension in your lower legs and notice the feeling of relaxation there. Next, I'll have you tense your thigh muscles and the muscles in your pelvis. You can do that by squeezing your thighs together tightly and hold it. And notice the strain that you're feeling in your muscles. Again, you can release and feel the tension leave your muscles. Next, you can begin to tense the muscles in your stomach and in your chest. And try to squeeze your abs for as long as you can. And keep holding that tension for a few more seconds. You can release the tension and allow your body to go limp. Let yourself feel the feeling of relaxation. Next, your hands and your lower arms. Squeeze your hands and feel the tension in your fingers. And you can release that tension now. And then finally, you can feel the tension in your face. You can furrow your eyebrows, squeeze your eyes shut, clench your jaw, and just feel that tension for a few seconds. And then you can release. Unclench your jaw, open up your hands, feel your toes. Be relaxed. So that's kind of a quick version of progressive muscle relaxation. I would encourage if that's something that you do at home by yourself, you could hold the muscles tense for even a longer period of time, and then once you feel that release, it would be a little bit more substantial.
Okay. Do you know if there's recordings you can follow along with?
Yeah. On YouTube, there's plenty of scripts that will kind of walk you through it, and sometimes they might start at your head and go down to your toes. A lot of them will start at the feet. And I would say, since your tension is mostly in your face, maybe you could end with the face, and that could be your final moment of, release. And so that's something that you could certainly try to use at night. And I think using a YouTube video is a good idea for that, so that you can have someone else guide you through it. People have found that to be helpful. I think a lot of times that we store our anxiety in certain areas of our body, and when we're working really hard to avoid that discomfort, then it kind of creates a little bit more control over us. So, in mindfulness practice, it's important to recognize how we're feeling and where we're feeling it throughout our bodies, and kind of just learning to feel that a little bit sometimes, and it will tend to have less control over you.
Okay, yeah, it sounds like I just need to listen to what my body is telling me. Okay, well, thank you so much for this. It was really helpful.
Yeah, so give that a try, and then next week when we come back, I would be eager to hear how it works for you, if you found any prompts on YouTube that might be helpful.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely share those with you if I find any.
Okay, great.